Under the silent streets of Antwerp, Belgium, lies a vault that once held the world's most precious treasure, the beating heart of the global diamond trade. It was supposed to be unbreakable. Armed guards, 24-hour surveillance, steel doors 3 feet thick. Insurance companies called it impenetrable, and yet, in February of 2003, the impossible happened. A group of ordinary-looking men, none of them soldiers, none of them famous gangsters, walked into history and vanished with over $100 million in diamonds, gold, and jewels. To this day, most of it has never been found. This is how they did it. It begins with a man known only as Leonardo Notarbartolo. On the surface, he looked harmless. A middle-aged jeweler with thinning hair and an easy smile, blending seamlessly into the merchants who traded millions of dollars in stones across Antwerp's diamond district every day. He rented an office there for years, sipping espresso with traders, nodding politely at security guards. But behind that mask, Leonardo was planning something no one had ever dared to imagine. For months, he studied the fortress beneath the Diamond Center, memorizing the rhythms of guards, the angles of security cameras, the layers of locks that stood between him and the prize. In the weeks leading up to the heist, the crew made rehearsals in a rented warehouse back in Italy. They built a full-scale replica of the vault door and practiced over and over until every hand movement was muscle memory. They even rehearsed the getaway, timing their drive through Belgium's backroads to the second. Nothing was left to chance. And yet, when the night came, there was still one obstacle that couldn't be rehearsed: fear. At 7 p.m. on February 15th, the district began to close. By midnight, Antwerp's Diamond Center was deserted, the merchants long gone, the vault locked for the weekend. Security cameras hummed, lasers crisscrossed empty hallways. Then, at 2 o'clock a.m., the crew slipped inside. They had already disabled an alarm on a nearby door using nothing more than a can of women's hairspray and a simple piece of plastic. Years later, investigators would marvel at the sheer simplicity. Technology worth millions of dollars, defeated by a €2 trick. Inside the building, time slowed. Each sound echoed like thunder: the creak of a floorboard, the snap of a glove. The locksmith knelt in front of the vault door, pulling out tools polished from years of use. Wires sparked, metal clinked. Slowly, impossibly, one layer after another fell away. The heat sensor was blinded with styrofoam and tape. The magnetic field neutralized with a simple aluminum plate. One by one, the guardians of the treasure went dark, until nothing stood between them and the door but silence. When the vault finally swung open, what they saw stunned them. Hundreds of safe deposit boxes, stacked floor to ceiling, each one belonging to a diamond merchant who trusted this place more than they trusted their own homes. The men moved quickly, breaking into boxes, filling duffel bags with gold, jewels, stacks of cash, and uncut stones glittering like captured stars. In less than half an hour, they had looted nearly every box in sight. It was wealth beyond imagining, but to them, it was just weight-heavy sacks of fortune that needed to be carried out before dawn. By 5:30 a.m., the vault was empty. The men retraced their steps, resetting what alarms they could, covering their tracks with almost obsessive care. They carried the loot to their waiting cars and vanished into the night. When the first security guard opened the vault on Monday morning, he nearly collapsed. The world's most secure vault had been gutted. The shockwaves were immediate. Newspapers around the globe screamed about the heist of the century. Insurance companies panicked. Merchants wept in the streets of Antwerp, their life savings gone forever. Police swarmed, but the thieves had left nothing behind. No fingerprints, no alarms triggered, no sign of forced entry. It was as if the diamonds had simply evaporated, and maybe they would have gotten away with it. But in the chaos of the getaway, Leonardo made one mistake. In a forest outside Brussels, the crew tried to burn the trash from the heist: gloves, food wrappers, scraps of duct tape. But the fire fizzled, leaving behind half-charred evidence. Days later, a farmer found the debris and called police. Among the ashes, a receipt with Leonardo's name. He was arrested in Italy, extradited, and eventually sentenced to 10 years. Yet even as he sat in prison, the diamonds were never recovered. He refused to reveal where they went, and his crew never spoke a word. Some believe they were smuggled to the black market in Dubai or Russia. Others whisper that they remain hidden, buried in some forgotten corner of Europe. Today, the Antwerp Diamond Heist is still studied as the perfect crime, not because it went flawlessly, but because it showed how human ingenuity, patience, and trust could outwit the most advanced security ever built. Leonardo himself once shrugged in an interview, saying, "You can't imagine what it feels like to hold that much in your hands. For a moment, the world belongs to you, and maybe, for those few hours in February 2003, it did. The vault was theirs, the diamonds theirs, history itself theirs. Then the door closed again, and the shadow swallowed them whole. The greatest diamond heist ever pulled off remains unsolved, unfinished, and unforgettable." Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.